Hey, what's up, Pete? I'm gonna do a video response to your community spotlight number 2. Now, about Atlas, I'm just gonna talk about how I feel about them, and I'm gonna talk about one of the games for like 30 seconds. I only got 2 games by them right now. It's Persona 4, which all of you know and love, and Cardia: The World of Fate for PS1. This is a game that's not the title's not thrown around a lot. It's one of their cheaper games in the earlier years. It says it's an RPG sim right here when they used to put the genre next to the Atlas logo on all the boxes. It's not really an RPG. It's basically just like a pure tactics game. There's no leveling up system or whatever, but this is a beautiful art style. It's what attracted me to this game. I haven't had a lot of time to play it yet, but yeah, unfortunately, I don't have a back insert, which I've been looking for, and the disc has some stickers on it, and the manual was unstapled when I got it. I had to staple it myself. But some other games they did in the PS1 days, Persona 1, Battle Ogre, Tactics Ogre, and Brigandine. All games, good luck finding them. At a reasonable price at least. You can find them online, but in the wild, don't count on it. Now, Atlas, a lot of people say they're taking the spots of Working Designs. I really don't think they are. They don't have the same localization style, and they don't try to package every game premium. They do have it in some games, like Persona 3, they had that in, and Persona 4, they had that. But it's not like every single game is, a cardboard box with like the standees, cloth map, soundtrack, hardcover manual. No, it's basically you still get in the game a couple extras, but you can get the game standalone like this. But I got it with an art book. But yeah, and another thing is they don't localize it in the same way as Working Designs did. Working Designs pretty much got rid of all the Japanese culture in some of the games and added it, replaced it with American culture. For example, in Persona 4, you still have honorims in it and stuff like that. But Working Designs, they, and I think they even, what they did, they completely changed the dialogue to make it sound like it's an American talking. For example, Ron Farr would be like, "Yo, Chief, look at that babe over there," some crap like that. But yeah, that's the Working Designs for you. But Atlas, they do choose very good games to bring over, and they're not as specific as Working Designs, where this game has to be perfect and whatnot. Now, the one thing that annoys the crap out of me about Atlas is their older games are incredibly hard to find. This is probably the cheapest game from the PS1 era. Costed me about $20 to ship. But all these other games that were on the back of the manual, they all run for easily $80. You know, you're not gonna be able to find them, and they're great games. And I really don't wanna. It saddens me that these games didn't get much attention while they came out. For example, Persona 1, which I've emulated a little bit. That was a very good game. It brought a very different spin to RPGs that we've never really seen in America. As in Atlas usually does with their games, as far as what I've played and what I've heard. I do plan on picking up more of the early games because it's more of a collector's item, and I'm starting to get into collecting now. But yeah, Atlas, even in the newer games on the PS2, it's still a little hard to find. Like Digital Devil Saga, Nocturne, Devil Summoner 1's really hard to find, and so on. And stuff like that. And it's just you're paying top dollar for most of these games. It's not like it's not like the games that should be ignored. Like, RPGs that are totally Japanese and not very market and only target a small market in the U.S. It's a very good style. It's just a little different. And if they got a little bit more attention, then from like the press, then it would definitely do very well. And I think that's why Persona 3 and Persona 4 really brought out the Atlas name, as far as a developing standpoint to America, because they got rated very well. Their older games, I'm not sure how they got rated and stuff, but yeah, it's very hard to find, you know, Persona 1 and Persona 2. And you know what really pisses me off about Persona 3 and Persona 4 is ever since they came out, you know, you can get Persona 2 at $20 and Persona 1 at $40. Now Persona 2 runs for about $70 to $80 and Persona 1 runs for anywhere from $100 to $130. You know, just the Atlas name has got, you know, everybody's starting this Atlas craze now and scrambling to get the games. And, you know, it's so hard to find it now at a reasonable price. And that's just basically my thoughts on Atlas. I think they're a great company as far as their work on developing and publishing games and bringing them over to the U.S. They have a great selection. However, the print runs I'm not a fan of, and I think they're the games that are worthy of longer print runs. But however, unfortunately, don't because they don't get enough attention to get the longer print runs. And I think now, you know, with Persona 4 selling almost 500,000, you know, I think this is when they're going to start to do longer print runs for the games. But yeah, that's basically my thoughts. Thanks, Pete, for putting up another community spotlight. I love your videos, as do everybody else that makes video responses to you. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. And this is John Nitty1 out.